On the corner of Minnesota Avenue and 33rd Street shines a diamond in the early Sioux Falls morning. Already at 6 a.m., the first customers arrive to enjoy 25 years of baking and the unique process in their creation. This is the story of Bagel Boy. The first step in making these bagels is, of course, the dough. Bagel Boy uses 3,000 pounds of flour, which produces 15,000 bagels a week. The dough is then spread out and flattened on a table. A worker then cuts into the dough into a small chunk. The dough is funneled into a machine that chops it into balls, then spits it out. The conveyor goes through a funnel, giving the bagel its shape. They are then sorted and placed onto a pan, then onto a rack. Once filled, the rack is pushed into a temperature-controlled area to keep it from rising too fast. Bagels saved for baking later in the day or for bigger orders are transported to a freezer. Each batch of bagels is tested before being boiled. If it's ready, the pre-bagel will float on the boiling water. The successful batches are then dumped into the boiler, a unique way to prepare a bagel in the Midwest.
And that's what you call a New York style bagel. If they're not boiled, they're not New York style bagels. But that's the shine you're looking for, and it's really nice and soft and chewy there. And that's what a New York bagel versus some of the other competition, they don't do. This process really makes the difference.
The dozens are stirred around for about 2 minutes. The bagels are then placed on ramps to dry out before being seasoned and baked.
We have a pre-mix of everything. There's the sesame, the poppy, the garlic, and the onion. I think I'm not missing anything. And then we're just simply gonna...
They are finally flipped over and carefully placed into the oven for about 5 minutes. Not all bagels are placed on ramps. The stickier ones are baked in pans, such as the cheese or cinnamon bagels, second in popularity to the original plain bagels. After the first round of baking, the bagels are flipped and remain in the oven for another 12 minutes. Plenty of time for the patrons of Bagel Boy to discuss their love for the bakery.
My favorite bagel is a spinach and herb, which we'll have, I think, coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And it's something I used at my old store, and it's, of course, it's spinach with rosemary, thyme, there's a little garlic in it. And that's my favorite bagel. If you put it on a sausage, egg, and cheese, pepper jack, on a spinach and herb bagel. Heaven.
Scone usually.
He always gets plain.
I get a plain if I get one. If I walk in, they have a scone sitting up there just waiting for me. I don't even have to order it. That's why I keep coming back.
I'm drinking breakfast blend. It's a lighter blend of coffee. For a very long time, I was originally an early customer, I think, when Chris Pappas owned a store a little further north on Minnesota Avenue. I've been going constantly since the Dinsmores purchased the business and then eventually relocated to this building.
Of all the bagels you've had, which is your favorite?
Cinnamon raisin. I come here because it's a bright place, lots of friendly people. I love the owners, and also love the workers who work here. They hire really outstanding people.
My personal favorite, the Everything Bagel, just came out of the oven. They are scooped up and tossed into baskets located right behind the counter where you order. Every bagel baked that day is made to sell, but sometimes there are extras.
get extra bagels over the week, at the end of the week, we'll kind of collect those bagels and slice them up for bagel chips. At the end of the week or the month, we don't have much waste because we sell them, again, as the last nice half dozens of the bagel chips. Of course, if we have a lot left over, we'll donate them to like a shelter. That's the bagel business.
Although renowned for their bagels, it's the legacy and history on the walls that paint a lasting picture of Mike Dismore and his restaurant.
These are from the original store. There's several throughout the whole place. But just 2 years back, a gentleman was staring at the photos or the paintings, and I said, well, oh yeah, you're interested in those? He goes, yeah, I'm interested in them. I'm James Starkey, I painted them. And I bought him lunch, and we take him wherever we go. Those are the other things.
Before Mike came to Sioux
Yeah,
Falls,
I used to work, I said, and I've worked in a little
he
bit.
started as a production assistant on NBC in 1984. One of his jobs, ironically, was to deliver bagels to Mr. Cosby's dressing room. He later worked as a pager for the David Letterman show. When he got married, him and his wife Brenda opened their first bagel store called Take Two Bagels in Mike's hometown of Reading, Pennsylvania. They later sold their business and headed to Brenda's neck of the woods, Sioux Falls. I also have loved Bagel Boy since moving here in 2012. For open lunch in high school, friends and I sat below the posters of West Side Story and The Godfather, enjoying a nice pizza bagel and the atmosphere that came free with it. It is a gem of Sioux Falls, and it will continue to shine, just like its bagels and the people who make them.